Tori Cruz. Thank you for tuning into my channel today. If you're new, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. And also, please follow me on social media at Miss Tori Cruz. I really appreciate it. Now today, I have a super exciting show for you because I'm talking about 2020 visions. Everybody has goals, right? We all have a vision for this new year, where we want to be by December 2020, and how we start out strong. So, instead of going through what I do to recap 2019 and how to goal set and all that stuff, I decided I want to share with you how to follow through with your 2020 vision. Because after a couple weeks, they kind of start to fade away. Our motivation is lacking. We're not as determined to go lose that weight or make that money or get that job or end that toxic relationship, whatever it may be. We're not as motivated a couple weeks out than we are today, January 2nd. We've all been there. And it's time that in 2020, we stop talking and we start doing. And that's what I'm here to help you with, because we've all been stuck. It's always hard when you get to that point where there's something that's uncomfortable, and that discomfort is what makes you stop going after what you initially wanted to accomplish this year. So we're gonna get through that, because I'm tired of the past controlling us. We're on to our future. And so 2020 is the year, you guys. I have 4 things that you can do that will keep you motivated for this new year to reach your goals, to keep on track and fight through every single challenge that gets in your way. So, number 1, you have your goals, right? Determine your why. So what is it about this goal that makes you want to just jump out of bed in the morning and say, yes, we're going to do this, I'm going to conquer this, and I'm going to keep with it this whole year? Because let's be honest, guys, we've all set goals in previous years, and then the next year we're also setting that same goal. I mean, how many of us have set a goal to, oh, we're gonna lose this weight, or I'm going to be super fit, or I want to make X amount of money, and then the next year you're like, oh shoot, I didn't quite get that because I fell off track midway through and I gave up. So this year, we're gonna make sure that you accomplish your goals. So for example, determining your why. So why did you set this goal? Who is this going to affect? I know for me personally, when my dream is bigger than myself and it's impacting other people's lives in a positive way, it totally drives me and makes me want to jump out of bed in the morning. And so I would suggest the same for you. So I made a commitment to myself back in November when I was at Rise Business Conference in South Carolina that I was going to make 2020 my healthiest year yet. I've never committed a whole entire year just to health. I have multiple goals, right? Multiple career goals, multiple personal relationship goals, health goals, but I decided that I can't accomplish any of those goals to the capacity that I want to accomplish if I am not the best, most healthiest version of myself. 2019, I'll be straight up honest with you, it was hard. 2019 was the hardest year emotionally for me. So I want 2020 to be the healthiest year yet, physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, all the above. Everybody who I want to help positively impact their life, I can show up so much better for them. And that drives me every single day. So figure out your why. So important, because on those tough days where it gets difficult and it gets challenging and you are so unmotivated, you're sitting on your couch and you're watching that TV show and you're like, dang, I should go to the gym. Or dang, I should be studying for that test coming up. Or shoot, I should maybe start looking for more jobs because I'm not really happy in the job that I'm at now. It will motivate you because you'll look and be like, oh, this is where I want to be. If I was in this place, I would probably be happier. I would be healthier. I would have more energy. I could show up more for my family and my friends. So determine your why. Everybody's is going to be different, so determine yours. Number 2. Prepare for failure. I know that doesn't sound very positive and uplifting and inspiring and motivating, but it's true. We're going to fail at some point. Let's be real here. So you might as well prepare for it. So what are you going to do when you lose your motivation? When that thing pops up and you're thinking, I could do this or I could do that. This would probably be the wiser choice that would lead me to my dream and my goal, but I really want to go hang out with my friends. Or I really want to eat that cheeseburger because it looks really good. What is it that is going to get in your way? Because it's going to get uncomfortable. There's going to be times where you wake up and you're like, man, I don't want to go to my job right now. Or man, I don't want to go to school or do this or do that. So I want you to write down 3 things that are going to get in your way of achieving this goal. For example, for me, like I said, I want 2020 to be my healthiest year yet. Number one for me is saying yes to people when I really should be saying yes to myself. I don't know if any of you have this problem, but for me, I love to spend time with friends and I love to go out, have a nice dinner, or go to Taco Tuesday here in Arizona. Like, it's a big deal. And so I know I need to spend that extra time with myself, because then if I spend that extra time with myself, I can be better for you guys. Another thing that will possibly come up and distract me from achieving my goal is talking myself out of exercising because, oh my gosh, I just have so much work to do. No, that's not an excuse, right? And so that's something that I know has happened in the past and it easily could happen again in the future. Another thing is waking up late and not spending time on devotionals and journaling. I love to start out my mornings with gratitude practices and journaling and reading my devotionals. It just gets me ready for the day and sets my intentions right. So those are the 3 things that I know could possibly take me off course. So determine what those 3 things are for you, and then how are you going to break through those obstacles when they pop up? Because they're going to, if they haven't already. I mean, it's January 2nd, so I hope they haven't, but they're going to. So prepare for failure. You got it? Perfect. Number 3, make a vision board. I like to make a vision board with all of my dreams on it. I mean, I am talking even like 10, 15 years out. I print a bunch of pictures off. I print a bunch of quotes off. Or you can even take it out of a magazine. That works too. But I love just to put it on a vision board and then put it up on the wall somewhere where I see this board like first thing when I wake up. If you wake up, you see your visions and you see your dreams, you will see why you're doing what you're doing. You won't go off track. I promise. Another thing that I like to do is make sticky notes. I put sticky notes on my bathroom mirror and they're usually like words of affirmation and also my why, because that's what drives me. So I'll give you a couple examples of what mine say. One of them is I have the power to create a life full of joy. Another one is I am worthy of all of God's blessings. I change the lives of millions worldwide. So I have these up, and every single time I go in my bathroom, I'm getting ready in the morning, doing my hair, curling my hair, whatever it is, I see these sticky notes and they are just looking at me and I read them constantly. And it's just a constant reminder in my life. I mean, if I'm getting ready to go to the gym and I'm like, oh man, I don't really want to, but I will. I look at this sticky note and I'm like, hey, if you want to change millions of lives, you better show up and you better practice what you preach. And that's what I think in my head. And then I'm like, okay, off to the gym I go. It just motivates me. It gets me going. And then when I see I have the power to create a life full of joy, you do have the power to create a life full of joy. I'm so passionate about these vision boards and affirmations because they literally just set you up for success. So give it a shot. See if it works for you. Put your own things on there, whatever motivates you and inspires you. So number 4, create a routine that inspires you. If you have an old mundane routine, you're just so sick of it, you're bored with it, find a new one. I'm huge on morning routines. I have for years been waking up at 5 o'clock, working out, doing my scriptures, my gratitude journal, and I'll be honest, after Miss USA, it was really hard to be consistent with that. And so I've constantly been trying to change up my routines a little bit, see what works, see what doesn't, and I've also had a major life change in 2019. So with that, I had to find a whole new routine, different plans, whatever works. So it's different for everybody. There is no specific way of doing your morning routine and your night routine, but figure out something that works for you and that aligns with your goals. Find something that inspires you, that you look forward to. So when you wake up, you look at your vision board, you start that morning routine, and then you feel rejuvenated, you feel alive, and you feel like you're ready to conquer the day. Whatever that looks like for you, try it out. You might have to test a few different ways first. All right, did you catch all that? That was a ton of information. So I'll just recap a little bit. Number 1, determine your why. Number 2, prepare for failure. Number 3, make a vision board. And number 4, create a routine that inspires you. Thank you for watching. I hope this motivated you to stick with your goals in 2020. I believe in you. We're in this together. If you ever need anything, please reach out to me. And also, don't forget to subscribe and follow me on social media at Miss Tori Cruz. Until next time, be unstoppable.